Hello and welcome back to WealthyTrades.com. This is Tyson Clayton, and I'm going to take the next few minutes to again explain the 4 steps of a successful trade. In video 1, I explained step number 1, which is a directional bias. And if you remember, we can have 3 directional biases. We can't have all 3 at the same time, but we can have 3 directional biases. And the first one is a bullish bias or a buyer. The second one is a bearish bias or a seller. And the third is a neutral. And if you remember, very simply, the way we get our directional bias and check off box number 1 on step number 1 is by the market trend quality gauge within the WealthyTrades.com dashboard. So we look at the market trend quality. It's this simple. I look at the market trend quality score, and I see that the market's moving up because the arrow is up. If it was moving down, the arrow would be down. I see that 77.8% of those stocks in this example of 501 are moving to the upside. And so that I know I need to be a buyer. But should I just willy-nilly buy? And the answer is no, I shouldn't just willy-nilly buy, but I should be confident to buy as long as the trend quality is above 50%. So in this case, the trend quality is 55.1%, so therefore I am going to buy with confidence. But I'm not just going to buy any stock with confidence. I want to do what is step number 2. I want to accomplish something that's very, very important. And that leads me to step number 2, which is putting the odds in my favor. We're going to talk about that in a minute. If the trend quality is below 50%, if we're in an uptrend and the trend quality is below 50%, at that time I can make a decision to do a hedge trade. Maybe I can go long one stock and short another stock. I can sit on the sidelines and stay in cash for that day. I can maybe use options to define my risk. There's other things I can do, and we'll explain those in upcoming videos. But in this case, I've accomplished step number 1 very easily within about 10 seconds of going to the Wealthy Trades dashboard because I can see markets moving up, trend quality is above 50%, therefore I can be confident to be a buyer within this day. How do I put the odds in my favor, which is step number 2? This is how we do that at WealthyTrades.com. There's 9 sectors, and the 9 sectors are drilled into by the sector spiders, all right? The XLB, the XLK, the XLY. Those 9 sectors are the energy sectors, financials, industrials, materials, technologies, consumer staples, utilities, healthcare, and consumer discretionary. There's 9 sectors, and that's why you'll see 9 boxes here. So the Wealthy Trades dashboard automatically calculates this for us. Once we have our bias, or box number 1 checked, step number 1 done, we're moving up, trend quality is good, automatically sorts in the direction of the overall market trend. It sorts the best sectors, and it automatically ranks them. The sector that is the biggest box right here will be the best performing sector based on the quality gauge of that sector. And it's the same quality gauge that the Wealthy Trades team uses for the market trend quality. It's that proprietary combination of how many stocks within the material sector. In this example, we can see this down here. We've got 29 stocks in the material sector, and 96.6% of those are moving in the direction of the overall trend. That's great. But that doesn't represent the quality gauge. The quality gauge is a combination of that. How many of those 29 stocks, or the ones that are within the trend, continuously hit their HPP, their levels to win level, and the forward-looking rate that we can expect. That's how they come up with the quality gauge. It's a very powerful proprietary calculation that the Wealthy Trades team has come up with. So now that I know that, we can start our drill down analysis, and we can make sure that we can check the box number 2, step number 2, and get the odds within our favor. That is step number 2. We have our bias with step number 1. We need to be up. Trend quality is good, so therefore we have our buying or bullish bias. We then drill in and we say, okay, within that we need to be in the XLB, or the material sector. Why? Because the material sector represents the highest quality score within that uptrend in the market. So if you think about what we've just done, we've said we can maintain our bias or get our bias based on a systematic, logical approach of how many stocks are moving in an uptrend, what is the quality of that uptrend, and then what's the best sector within that uptrend within that day, week, or month. So the material sector is now the best sector. So just me going long the XLB is going to put the odds in my favor, and I can check box number 2. But we're not going to do that. At Wealthy Trades, we want to help individual traders and investors put the odds in their favor and help you increase your chances of success as much as possible. Not all stocks within the material sectors are treated equally, and the Wealthy Trades team knows that. So we want to take it even further, and we want to do, as I've said, drill down analysis. We start with the market. We then drill it into the best sectors. Well, within that sector, there's 29 stocks in that sector. Why don't we find and analyze the stocks that give us the highest odds of success for the upcoming day, week, or month? That's exactly what the Wealthy Trades team does. And down here, as I can see, the XLB, the best performing sector for the day, here's the 8 stocks that give me the highest percentage or highest odds of success for the upcoming day. That is exactly how we check box number 2. Box number 1, we get our directional bias. We were buyers in this case. Box number 2, we need to drill down and put the odds in our favor. We do that by saying we're a buyer because the market's moving up, the quality's good. The material sectors is the best sector to be in, and within the material sector, here's the 8 stocks that I should focus on. If I want to get more specific, I can say here's the best stock. DD is the best stock to give me the highest percentage, highest odds of success for that upcoming day. It has a 73.1% historical hit rate of its levels to win. That is putting the odds in your favor, and that is drill down analysis. In the next video, I will show you step number 3, which is pinpointing your entries.